Hello and welcome to a very special episode. No, George, we have someone better um, than him. Yeah, I knew that would get Chris. We've got Aaron with us. We've got, as you might know him on Twitter, A1. How you doing, brother?
What's going on? What's going on? Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's doing good even after last night, but good move, man. Good move.
Yeah. I remember last night me and Aaron were up till like what was it, like 2:30, just our head completely gone. Just chatting about how dumb this loss was. We were just have you recovered yet? I'm kind of recovered, but I'm like still.
I've calmed down, but I'll be honest. My confidence is gone. My
Yeah,
confidence
no,
has gone.
it really has. Like genuinely, all day it's been like, right, we're losing on Saturday. It's Sunday. I can't see us doing anything on Sunday. It's
I
kind of
swear,
mad.
yeah.
But yeah,
Very different.
Chris, what about you?
I don't care. 100% on it. As soon as the game was done, I went to sleep for a bit. Then I woke up and I was like, "It is what it is."
Legit, this guy messaged me at like, I think, what time was it? It was like 11 or 12 o'clock.
Yeah,
Um,
1
like
a.m.
no, not even like
1 a.m.
1:50 at like 1:52 a.m. This guy's like, I slept as soon as the game was done. I think I was ready to sleep at half time. To be honest, I couldn't. I just
I
woke
knew
up.
it, at halftime. I just saw the game and I was like, "We're not going to win this." So it's really like, let's not lose, because I think we didn't look like scoring after Saka went off. No offense to like Vieira, but I think he was the wrong sub. But like the
He
whole
was the wrong sub.
we didn't really look like scoring. Apart from Trossard, he should have had a better first touch for that pass from Zinchenko.
Tomiyasu one as well.
Yeah, Tomiyasu should have had a better cutback. But apart from that, in the first half, we didn't create much. And then we were getting opened up on the counter. It was weird to see so much space on the counter. Like from the halfway line, they were like 2-on-2 with the centre backs all the time. So for me, after the first half, we're not going to score. Arteta's not going to make early subs unless we concede. Because even when he brought on the subs, Smith Rowe wasn't coming on. Then we conceded. Then Smith Rowe walked up to the line. He wasn't there before, so.
But literally, wasn't it like we conceded what 68th minute, if I'm not mistaken, something like that?
Yeah, it was close to 70. Yeah.
Like, and with 20 minutes left, you're chucking people on to react. This is what I was saying to Aram yesterday. Like, we're just so reactive in games. Like, I feel like we're not proactive and trying to prevent things happening and trying to, push on and get victories. We're looking to react to what oppositions basically put in front of us, because it's just the case. And same with the Saka stuff. Like, we'll get into it, but like, look at the lineup. The lineup itself, like, genuinely, I wasn't too like annoyed. I was like, maybe let's just get Saka to City and try and get out of here with 3 points. But you could see from minute one, like this was like a final. This felt very like, I don't know about you guys, but it kind of felt like Brentford away like a couple of years ago when they just first came back.
Yeah.
All week, Aaron's been saying that it's not going to be an easy game. I kept seeing him tweet saying Lons are not a bad team, like they're a good team. They were tied with City as the best home team in Europe last season. 17-1-1. This season they didn't start too great, but at home they've only lost 2 games in the past year. So yeah, we should.
Yeah. No competitions. I think they lost 1 in the league last year. I think they drew 1.
This is the other thing, right? People keep saying, "Oh, they lost Fofana, they lost Openda." They bought Wahi, and Wahi's was, you could see yesterday. He's better. So like, and as Nashville says, I think Danso was very good. Bryce Samba was decent in net. Like they had decent players in the back line, and they set up. And this is the main thing I want to focus on, is how they set up and how we reacted. They set up with a very resolute block, 3 at the back, tried to keep everything in front of them, don't let space in behind. And when you have that and you don't have runners going past the line of attack, from what we had, it's just going side to side and we're not really doing much. And especially on that right side after Saka went off. I posted earlier on Twitter about this, I might find it actually, about how we tried to, if you compare it to Bournemouth, we tried to do something similar but without Saka, and Saka is his ability to take on players and run out defenses is not going to be like, you can't replace that with Vieira. You can't, like, it's just not going to be the same thing. Like, Vieira is a creative outlet. He's somewhat not an outlet, but a creative hub that will be able to find players and find players in good situations, try to create some XG, but like, he's not someone that's going to go one-on-one a lot. Like, he's got the burst for it, but we haven't seen him be a 1v1, I'm going to take on my man and, do something with it. But it just wasn't the case. So, what did you make, first of you with Aram and then Chris, what did you make of the dynamics, especially on the right-hand side?
I think going by the lineup, I don't think the lineup was too bad. I thought we had to play a strong team. I think, as I was talking to Chris about it earlier, before the game actually, like, if you actually, I know they're 14th in the league right now, but if you look at the underlying numbers, I think they're top 3 or top 4 XG, and similar for XG against as well. So I was like, you know what, they're not crap, these lot. Plus the atmosphere, plus the fact that they're a good coach team as well. We saw that in the game. We could barely penetrate through them. So they set up very aggressively. Whenever whether they press high, whether they sat in, most of the time they sat in, but they were very aggressive. They're a physical team. So I was like, you know what, it's going to be a hard game. So I thought the lineup wasn't too bad. I didn't have a problem with it. But I think I wanted to see Tomiyasu at right back just to see, like, obviously Ben White, not the best 1v1 defender. We've got Doku on Sunday. Tomiyasu plays well. Maybe use that. Obviously, that didn't go well in the end. But then the sub happened. And that's when all of my problems just... I think after that, I was just irritated the whole game. There was nothing positive for me to say after that. I was just irritated. Because he brings on... This is the problem I have with the coach at the moment. So every decision that he makes is seniority based. He takes off Saka, got Odegaard on one side, Tomiyasu on the same side. It's already very static, so you need a bit of speed, down the right side. He brings on Fabio Vieira. What are you gonna create on that side? It's just gonna be triangle, one pass.
Like, and it was
with no movement. There's not going to be anything there. Yeah, you're not going to penetrate. You're not going to dribble. You're not going to create anything. It's just pass side to side, horseshoe shape, switch to the other side, go again. Yeah, that's what happened, and it makes it worse because on the other side, Trossard is there. Trossard can't beat it, man. Trossard can't play high and wide. His touch was terrible. I'll get onto that after. But
you can see, like, if I
look, they're all close to each other. It's just
all here.
There's no movement. It's just they're just passing it around. This is what happens. Vieira will get the ball. He passes it Odegaard. He'll go to the other side, or he'll pass it back. There's nothing forward on that side. So that you've basically cut off half the pitch there. Then you go to the other side. You look at Trossard. Trossard is high. He's playing very high and wide. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not got a pace for it. You can't run behind. He didn't hold the ball well enough either. If you're at least gonna play wide, you have to hold the ball, retain the ball, and let other runners. Like, for example, if Trossard gets the ball wide, you ideally want Havertz to attack the inside. Make underlying run.
For sure.
Yeah, that's what you want. You didn't even hold the ball properly, and then you've got the problem here is Mr. Number 29 on the screen. He doesn't even have an arrow. He's playing next to Declan Rice. Yeah. What is this, man?
No, I'll tell you what, right? And I said it in that tweet there. Look, we have 3 midfielders, right? We have the best player on the pitch from our side, Declan Rice. I think that was in doubt. But our 2 8s, you have what was meant to come in as a second striker. Isn't that tweet? What is meant to be a second striker coming in, and you're playing him in the, like, almost in a pivot with Declan Rice. Like, if you see, like, they're on one axis there, one horizontal axis. And that's meant to be your second striker. We brought him in to add more goals because Xhaka wasn't going to give you the goals for 104 that we needed to move forward in this team. And you've got your second phase build-up problem solver, someone that's so good at being able to get the ball through the thirds. You've got him basically as a second striker. Like genuinely, like are we? What's the plan here? And the other thing is and this is what really annoys me is that you said it before, Aram, we did not have any movement on the right hand side. And what is Kai giving you on the right hand side? He's going to be able to run. He's a runner. He's someone that's going to make an underlap or make an overlap, try something different. Like he's safe on the ball because he hasn't got the angles right on that left hand side. He's just making those wall passes, trying to get the ball moved through the lines and be safe. Like he's made 20 passes. You can see there, 20 passes. That's why he's on that line. So, like, look at, I mean, Rice, 114 passes. I mean, you can't really say much more about that. But look, when you look at the right-hand side, you look at the left-hand side, the distances are massive on the left. The distances are crazy short on the right, which means there's not enough movement on one side and there's too much, like, effort to try and get the ball through the lines on the left. Like, people are trying to make runs and they're not really being found very well. So I just think that when you see that and you see the thing with Havertz right now, and I genuinely think in like the first 30 minutes, I was saying to you, I don't think he had a bad first 30 minutes. Like the first 30 minutes, like he wasn't under hitting passes. He looked like he was moving a bit, but it was when the game started to move away from us, he kind of just switched off. And this is a thing that I'm going to ask Chris now is like, do you think that because now we've seen the change from the left-hand side being the attacking 8 to the more defensive 8, do you think that it's a case of revert back to the old system, or do you think it's just a case of switching the 8, or do you think we just need to give this time?
Well, he switched the 8s more than once this season. We've seen Havertz higher, and we've seen him deeper at times, like versus United yesterday. I think it's not just in the 8s, like the movement off the ball was awful yesterday.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just the 8s. Like when Trossard decided to actually make a run in behind 2 times, the first one was an awful control and should have been a goal. And the second one, he forced a good save in Samba. Those were the 2 times he made an off-the-ball run all game. And it's the 2 of the 3-4 chance that we created, apart from the goal which came from Saka and a good finish from Jesus. And then Havertz off the ball, when Zinchenko played that nice ball over the top, was another chance really. Those were the 3 shots that we created in the first, 50, 60 minutes that we probably say could have been goals. The Havertz one was very hard to convert. But yeah, that's the only success we saw Havertz have when you allow him to be higher, to make runs in behind. It was also when we looked a lot more comfortable. I think we had 3 shots in the first half. Ødegaard was not involved at all in the game. When Saka came off, even before Saka came off, he wasn't too involved in the game. He didn't look fully fit either. He couldn't really be his man. And then Tomiyasu, to his favour, noticed that and started making off the ball runs and running down the byline. And he probably got the ball one time where
he did make a cutback.
Should have found a player.
It wasn't good enough. He tried to chip it into the box. But apart from those occasions, we didn't really do anything. So I think the off-the-ball movement, despite the 8s, is a big issue in the team. We don't have enough runners. So even if we flip the 8s, if no one's running in behind, like if you have Trossard there, if no one's running in behind, who's Ødegaard going to pass to, even if he is on the left? Who's going to help Saka? Because Saka now doesn't drive when it's 2v1. He waits and waits and waits till either a centre mid comes and helps him, or the right back overlaps. And
like you can see him literally like he's like waiting, like he's not moving, like he refuses, like he's like waiting for it. Like,
but this season that hasn't overlapped as much, and Ødegaard doesn't make driving runs in the half space, and he doesn't overlap either. So on the right, we're not going to get enough movement, and on the left, though, it should have been Reece for me anyways to make those runs. Like when a slow player like Trossard, his touch is that off, you can't. I'm not sure what he's going to do.
There's no point having him on the pitch.
No,
touchline, he's not going to do anything. So you have to bring on Reece a lot earlier, and then you gift them a goal. Like, despite everything we're saying, we scored and then we gifted them the goal. They didn't create that first goal.
I think both goals were gifts. Let's be real.
Raya made the pass to the winger, and then it was a ridiculous finish. Like, no, I would not expect the keeper to save that. But again, you give them the goal 9 minutes. I think it was 9 minutes after we scored. So you do the hard work for them. Then you try to break them down when you're not playing well. It didn't make sense. I think if we didn't give them the goal, maybe it would have been a different game. Like, you force them out of their shape a little bit more. Your players the effort would have to be a bit less off the ball for us. Maybe we see a different game. But we just couldn't create the whole game. And then when they score, he makes all the subs in the world. Like, he remembers, I have these players on the bench. I have Smith Rowe, I have Reece Nelson, I have Ben White. And then he decides to do that in the 70th minute. And then he brings off Ødegaard, like, he keeps adding subs. And it was just too late, I think. They were just sat in their block in the Champions League for the first time in 20 years or something.
With the fans behind them as well. Like, genuinely, like you could see how much it meant to, like,
we
them.
Still create, like, the Tomiyasu chance, fall to anyone else on the pitch, they score.
It's a goal, yeah.
Like, I can't even blame him for hitting on his left foot straight. That's a good save. It was a hard volley. And then Smith Rowe had a shot at the end. But apart from that, what did we really create? Like, top chance? We didn't. You can't have Vieira and Ødegaard on the same side, both wanting to do this exact same thing, and then pair them with Tomiyasu. Like, it's not fair, like, to them as players to be asked to do things that they just don't want to do.
There's no dynamism, especially.
The players didn't perform, but again, Arteta didn't put them in positions to help each other to perform. Like, if you're gonna bring on Vieira, for me anyways, put him left centre mid, Havertz up top, Jesus right wing.
But that's not the conversation, though. That's not the conversation. That's what I'm saying. It's all seniority based. You found the next player that can play on the right wing, who's in decent form. I bring on Fabio Vieira. Because I think that is literally what he thought at that time.
Reece Nelson, for me anyway, should have been the sub. The last time
he should have played for me. He should have come on, and at least, I don't think he's as good on the right, but he would have at least stretched a bit more, because we were literally just passing round their block the whole second half.
But he would try and come inside though. Like, he wouldn't just stay touchline.
Who are you talking about?
Like Reece. Like, Reece would actually try and come inside. Sure. Like, Fabio, like, I think he was trying to basically stay a bit wider and then try and maybe hit on the overlap himself. Try to go deep and then cross. But, like, Reece would at least come inside. You know, take a man with him, free up that space, free up that right channel for someone to make a run. But, like, you know, it's just like.
But yeah, I think we made it easier for the best home team in Europe. Like, you made it easy for a team where, like, you're going away. Arteta expected a hard game. Like, you played arguably your main 11 this season, so we definitely expected a hard game. And then you made it easier. Like, you let the fans grow into the game. You didn't generate chances to make. Like, everyone was praising Danzo, but he was really just facing Jesus, like, with his back to goal. Jesus never really had a chance to drive at him, like, test him on different levels, like, to run him behind. Like, we didn't see Danzo face Jesus on different dynamics. It was really just Jesus trying to get into his feet, back to goal. And Danzo is stronger than him. Like, that's not Jesus. Jesus is strong on the ball, don't get me wrong, but a bigger centre-back for 90 minutes doing that is going to win consistently if there's no other dynamic to his game. Like, if we're not asking Jesus to run in behind or to combine wide or to, like, make overlaps or whatever, we didn't ask him to do much. So for me, the dynamics of the team were off. The subs were, when we were 2-1 down and conceding stupid chances and not creating enough. And then the Saka injury is unfortunate, but you can bring on a player to replicate the dynamic a lot better than the player he brought on. I think Vieira is a very good player, but again, him being the sub at right wing,
if you're doing that, you got to make Emile with him, surely. Like, you can't just have
pace on the right. It doesn't make sense to bring on Vieira. Like, he's not going to add pace. He's going to add a final ball and want to sit in the half space and put crosses into the box. And Ødegaard wants to do the exact same thing. So
exactly.
They're just gonna stand next to each other and everyone just watch them.
But you can't play Vieira right wing without Emil. It's just not. You can't do it. Like genuinely, like at least Emil will give some kind of movement beyond Vieira. He'll try and go outside, try and go inside, combine through the lines, try and force the tempo through the final third, do something like that. Odegaard won't do that. Like it's not his game. Like it's not that it's a fault of his. It's genuinely just not his game. So why the balance is just off. And I think the best place to start is would be like the goal we actually scored. Like a major thing has been made about our press this year. I think a lot of people have been saying it's one of the best in Europe and it's been doing very well. I felt yesterday there was our press was two halves. Like I felt like the first half our press was on. Like we weren't really letting them get through the lines with ease. That we were closing down space well. And in the second half, I felt like we just stepped off a bit. I think we got nervous, and then it kind of they were trying to draw us in, and we were trying to draw them out a bit, and it kind of backfired on us because we made the mistake. And then in the block as well, like I was saying to Aaron before the stream, like we were doing what we used to do to teams last year. Like what we used to do was we used to push their block back to their 6-yard line, create the space, and then score from a cutback. That's literally what they did to us. They had multiple chances where even before that, I think there was their 6, would basically just arrive in the box, hit into the side netting with no one around him. And the same thing happened for the goal. The guy had a massive amount of space just on the penalty spot, just around it, just to hit it, and then beyond the goal. So to get the goal, so like genuinely, it's not something that is good enough, really. If you look at the block wise, I think press wise we were fine. It's just that was a mistake that they capitalized on. Once they noticed it was there, they just kept going for it.
I think this is a common issue of Arsenal though. When it comes to your first point, you're talking about the pressing. At the first half, you press very well. Second half, losing composure. This is a common theme, and I'm gonna talk about it later. Maybe we'll talk about Man City, but this is a common theme we have. Like, I'll take you back to the Brighton game last year. First half, we should have killed them in the first half at home. Yeah, we created so many turnovers, literally almost close to the edge of their box, and we didn't capitalize. We didn't score. Yeah, we should have scored. We were playing pinball after we get the ball. After we recover it, sorry. And then we didn't score, we concede. Yeah, we concede a goal, and then we lose composure. Then we fall for the bait, in the first half, we don't fall for the bait. We keep the space there more tighter, and we don't jump as quickly, But when we concede, we start jumping quicker. We start making it easy for teams to play out with their triangles and get out of our press more easily. That's that happened against Brighton last year. It happened against Spurs recently. Yeah. First 35 minutes, strong pressing, really good. They can't build up. Yeah. 1-1, we're chasing the game. Let's say, okay, after the 2-2, yeah? We start jumping too much. We let them, they start playing more easily. We get our players start getting dragged towards their centre-backs. And we lose all composure in the press. And that's what happens. We lose control, and other teams start exploiting all the space that is there between the lines because we're not composed, And that's what.
And the thing is, right? It's not just. I mean, that's a perfectly good point. But the thing is, the other thing is, right? Is I remember, like, obviously it's a friendly, but Community Shield we won 1-0 down, and that didn't happen though. We actually looked better after, and that was, I feel, is because
I don't know, because I think they created a good 2 or 3 good chances after they went 1-0 up. And then we made a few changes.
Yeah.
And then we made a few changes. I think Trossard came on. I think Smith Rowe came on. And then I think in the last 90 minutes to 90, to the 100.
That's when we won.
That's when we really started playing really well.
Yeah. Like
in that first half of the Community, we should have.
We should have been 2-0 up. Yeah, we should have been 2-0 up.
Havertz won. Like
Havertz 2.
2. Yeah.
Yeah. Havertz.
Yeah, you're right. 2 actually. Yeah.
But yesterday, our 2 players who are Saka now 7 straight games of goal or assist, and Jesus continues his. I think he has 26 goals and assists in 22 Champions League starts. that is his competition. There's a different level of composure actually in the Champions League compared to the Prem. I think it was a great goal he scored, but why do you guys, like, apart from the Ryan mistake, it wasn't a forced mistake.
No, hell no.
It's not the first time we've seen him play these wide balls inaccurately. He did it versus Tottenham. Now he's doing it again, 2 weeks later. What do you make of the issue that we saw with Raya yesterday with a mistake leading to a goal?
No, I'm just going to tell, because George isn't here today, I'm going to tell you what George said. People have got to stop lying about Ramsdale. I mean, Raya and Ramsdale, both of them. There's a lot of lies going about. It's a bit weird. I don't really get it. I think people just get it like the new toy. It's very simple for me. I think that in big games, I want Aaron Ramsdale. If you're playing a Luton or a Bournemouth or something like that, and you're going to need concentration for like 90 minutes because you're not going to see a lot of shots, a lot of chances conceded. Like, you need someone to be a bit more focused through the 90. Then give Raya. But Ramsdale's shot stopping is better than Raya's. Ramsdale's distribution under pressure is better than Raya's. What Raya has is the ability to distribute in build. Like, his positioning in build, he does very well. His box, his composure in the box is good. He can launch balls very well, but they haven't been as accurate as people have made out to be. But the other thing is I know when it's 1-1 or 1-0 against City or Liverpool, I want Aaron Ramsdale there. I don't want David Raya there. I just don't want it. I know that he'll be like tuned in, he'll be dialed in, especially under the cosh. I don't know about you two, but that's how I feel on the matter.
I don't know about this Raya guy, man. I don't know, man. I think when we bought him, when we bought him, I was like, this guy is common knowledge. This guy forget the other aspects of goalkeeping. He's better at distributing. Okay, that's what was common knowledge. So I just went with that. Yeah, I just went with it. Then I think we found it was the first game against Everton. We weren't troubled. He didn't do anything, to be honest. Then came PSV. Then I was like, you know what? I don't like his tendency to hoof it a lot. A lot of the passes were accurate, but he was doing it too much for me. Yeah. I was like, I want more on the floor, you know? Like, their press was terrible.
Like Ramsdale's line breakers.
Their press was like one half. Odegaard, he literally had an island on his own, like that game. We could easily pass short, 2-3 passes and get the ball to him or our wingers 1v1. But he was going too long for me, and I said I think after the game, I was like, it's good passing, but I want a bit more composure, you know, like a short passing, you know. Then Spurs happened, and Spurs, I was pissed. I'll be honest, Spurs, I was pissed because he showed no composure under the pressure. You know, whenever he got closed down, every ball was going hoof, no aim, no nothing, and some of them went out for throw-ins.
Yeah.
No, why did he tip it in? Why did he not just tip that behind the goal? I just don't.
That's another issue. He should have just tipped it over. So now we got another big game. So that was the first big game, Spurs. This is another hard game. I'm not seeing this like against, like he's good at, you know, when he gets the ball, he's good at beating the pressure, you know.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Box build up.
Yeah, he's good at finding some openings, you know. He's good at baiting, but like, you know, his accuracy of his, you know, his composure. You know, everyone talks about this composure, his calmness. That's the only bit of calm I see in the box. You know, when he first receives the ball, when he gets closed down, he doesn't set himself well enough. He just hoofs it. He hoofs it, or it's not an accurate pass under pressure. And again, the mistake, that was not under pressure. You know, that was a bad decision. There was no reason for him to put Tomiyasu under that pressure when I'm pretty sure Arteta's going to be really pissed with that as well because they weren't doing anything at that
They weren't doing anything, though.
We had full control of that game. We were playing at like 5 miles an hour passing and we were under no pressure. Like, no pressure. It was like walking football. they weren't really even being that aggressive at that time. And then we give them the goal, and we have to chase the game again.
Yeah,
control.
I think Raya, the narratives around him have been, for me anyways, a lie. I think one thing I don't like is that whenever a ball's hoofed into the R box, he catches it and just lays on the ground like we're 2-1 up in the 90th minute. He's not proactive at all. He's still, for me, is still like a mid-table keeper. We're trying to salvage, like waste time to salvage every single point. Where for us, when Ramsdale catches the ball, is a lot more proactive. I think that's just the mindset they both have is very different. He also plays long balls all the time. Like we have Ivan Toney, and we just don't. We don't have someone that can claim the ball anywhere you put in there. If you put a ball within a 10, 15 meter radius of 10 meter radius of Toney, he has a very good chance of claiming the ball. We just don't have that presence in the air. So you have to be a lot more pinpoint. Also, the press baiting, not a lot of teams are going to press us. Like when we play serious, like, we're going to have 67% possession this season so far. No teams are going to be camped in our half. We're going to be in their half on the halfway line. So when we're like that and no one's pressing him, we have to see him be able to pick out passes and be concentrated for 90 minutes. And so far, he hasn't, for me anyways, he hasn't proven he's been able to do that against teams that pose a threat, because Everton is the worst team we played this season. Well, Everton and PSV are the two worst teams we played this season. PSV have some good attackers, but apart from that, their press is awful and their defense was just very open. Everton are underperforming XG by the most in the league. I think they're underperforming their open play XG by 6.
I think they got one of the worst attacks in the league at the moment.
Yeah, after them is us, by the way. They're underperforming XG by 6, then we're underperforming by 4. So yeah, Everton's the worst attack in the league, and so those are the two teams he had success against. I think for me, but he's going to start versus Man City. I don't see Ramsdale starting.
No.
I would like Ramsdale.
I want him to, but I don't think he will.
No, he's not going to. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I think when we see how he performs against Man City, probably a team that will employ a more aggressive press. So he probably will press bait a bit more. But then again, we never really have I think the highest possession we've had against them was like 40-something. We've never had 50+, so it will be a bit more useful in that. But I just think when they get the shots up, I'm not sure I trust him for 90 minutes to save us. Hopefully we don't get in that position and it's a boring game as you predict it will be. But yeah, as the game progressed, I think he had a poor game. He wasn't the only one who had a poor game, I think.
Yeah, the team as a whole, very bad, yeah.
The team as a whole, poor. I think Tomiyasu did well when he switched to left back. On the right back, it doesn't really suit him to just overlap for 90 minutes. He's not that type of player. He never has been. And then Trossard was, for me, the worst player on the pitch. Despite all the Havertz hate, I think Trossard was comfortably our worst player. He wasn't fully fit either, like a lot of our players aren't. But then again, you can't really excuse a bad touch.
No, but it minimizes a lot of the problems that we had. Literally, no one could hold their touch. Like the ball was just bouncing across the pitch.
This is a big problem we have. This is a big problem.
I don't understand what happened there. It was just like we have some of the most technically secure wingers that I know, but
he's not. It's not the first time we've seen our players just not be able to. This season, not even just last season. Season is not the first time we've seen our players go through periods. We're asking why can't they just keep the ball? Like versus Tottenham, they just couldn't keep the ball. And we had Jorginho, Zinchenko, the players we bring on to control games, just not be able to keep the ball at all. And it was scary to see. But again, it happened yesterday, and it's something we need to fix. But yeah, I think we're again very reactive. I'm not sure that will change for the whole season. Not just in the manager's choices, but again the players, like the attitude, especially even Declan Rice, he was our best player. But when the game was 0-0 and 2-1, I think that's his best plays of the game, where he was chasing, allowed to carry the ball out the pitch, allowed to dictate with a bit less pressure. Like Raya for me was killing him at times. Like there was Rao was making passes and making Declan Rice spin on the half turn with a player touched that to him, and he didn't make a mistake, luckily. But yeah, I think we were just very dangerous. I think the cohesiveness was poor yesterday, and for me, like that's why I didn't. When you asked me about when I asked you like every single game, are we just gonna react like this? Like I think what were we 11 games in this season?
Something like that.
Yeah, 11 games in the season, and for me, like that was probably one of the calmest I've been after a game.
You fell asleep, man. What are you talking about calmest? You just went.
I'll
You
be
just
honest,
sleep.
I had head loss because I'm just seeing the same problem.
I can't go to sleep with my head like if I was hot. Like, I was
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You just fell straight asleep.
Exactly.
You know why my head isn't as hot is I know that this isn't going to be our midfield going into this next game. It's just not because we've got Thomas back, and that's a different kettle of fish.
Is he fit?
He was on the bench. Was he not on the bench?
He was on the bench. He was on the bench.
Yeah. Is he gonna risk him?
He has to.
He has to.
I mean, for me, he has to. I don't care if he gets another 6-week hamstring. I'll be honest. This is the game I want him for. Like this game and Champions League knockouts, big away games. That's where I want Thomas Partey.
Genuinely, I didn't give a shit that he wasn't there for like Everton or like even like PSV. Even though I don't care about that he wasn't there yesterday. I want him
those type of games. I think the big games is where I think every big game home and away this season, them two should play together, Rice and Partey.
Yeah.
But also versus City, I think it's just a completely different game. The players can't afford to be so lackadaisical. That's why I'm not worried about us being up for the game versus City because we're always up. Apart from when we have major injuries, we're always up for that game. Even in the
genuinely, you can run our lineup back.
Even the time where they beat us 2-1 in the 93rd minute, it was probably the last time where we were fully fit to play them.
Yeah,
we matched them for 75, 80 minutes. We should have won that game.
Definitely.
They scored a goal in the 93rd minute. Martinelli hit the post, open goal with the ref running in front of him. That was a very different game. But I think
Chris didn't get hugged by Saka. There's a lot of stuff going on that time.
Someone stole my seat. But I think like I'm not worried like a lot of Arsenal fans are, just because despite all the issues with the team, despite all the
I'm really like I love you guys, but like genuinely I'm not hearing this. This is the one game. This is literally the one game
we need him. I don't care
if you can play and have him rest for 2 weeks and not play. Like he won't play for another 2 weeks until maybe if you want to risk him for Chelsea. But even after Chelsea, he won't play for another week and a half till Newcastle. So your players aren't going to be 100%. Like when you're playing this many games, no one's really going to be 100%. So 80-85%, you have to risk it against them.
Like genuinely, like I'm going through that. I'm just drawing the lineup out on my pad here. Like just think about this: Raya, White, Saliba, Gabs, Zinchenko, Partey, I was going to say Granite, Rice, and Erdegaard, and then Jesus, Havertz, Reece, or Martinelli if Saka isn't fit. If Saka's fit, obviously.
Saka's fit.
If Saka's fit, then obviously he starts.
No. For me, anyways, Saka's fit. Like, he's not going to play. Like he's a player we've had play in games that mean nothing and not be fit.
All right, so let's say Saka. Saka, who are we dropping then? Havertz? Or are we doing Saka, Havertz, and Gabriel Jesus?
Gabriel Jesus shouldn't start left wing for me.
But this is the thing: if Martinelli is fit, then obviously he would start. If he's not fit, then I would genuinely go Saka, Havertz, and Jesus.
Personally, I think I want to see Kai Havertz up front this game.
Yeah,
and the reason,
I wouldn't mind that.
I want him up front is because it's a big problem I'm having the last 2-3 situations. 2-3. Sorry, I think it's since I think pre-international break. I think we're not making it stick. We're not making it stick at all. Every move breaks down
as soon as the striker touches it.
Exactly, man. Exactly. It breaks even on the weekend. Like
Danso just ate him, man.
Ooh,
Danso
Ken.
ate him.
Not
Like,
just that, but like against Bournemouth, like despite us scoring 4 goals, I wish we scored 3. But yeah, like we couldn't make the ball stick consistently. I think Havertz again did a decent job versus Man City. No, it was probably his best game. He did a good job versus Man City in the Community Shield. But we've seen Man City. We need a focal point against Man City. You can't just let the centre back sit off and watch the game from afar. You have to engage Ruben Diaz for however many minutes, 90 minutes, however many minutes Havertz plays. You have to keep him engaged, provide an aerial threat, allow someone to run around him, like Havertz provide movement. I think someone has to be in and around Ruben. I say Ruben Diaz on purpose because he's the only centre back I think I guarantee to play centre back. The other ones can all play left back, DM. We don't know what they're going to do, but I think Ruben Diaz, Havertz has to be engaged in that battle for 70, 90 minutes, or whatever it is, before he's subbed off. And then with how they play, I think for me, Saka has to play 60%. He's got 60%. He's going to play. When's the last time Saka even was 100%? I don't know, but yeah, 60% Saka's going to play. But yeah, Saka for me, on Saka anyways, he shouldn't reach 90 consecutive games participating.
It's got to end, man. It's got to end.
89 max because of Chelsea. Because Chelsea's straight after the City. But I think, what's he on? He's on 87, right? He's on
Something
87.
like that. It's 87.
87. Yeah,
No. This is good, right? This is good because
City's 88. He already has the record. I'm sure they weren't going for the record, but he has the record now. So give him 88. 2-week break. He shouldn't go to England, and then give him Chelsea, and then rest him for Sheffield United and West Ham in the cup. He shouldn't play those 2 games. And for me, I'd be happy because after Chelsea, it's Sheffield, West Ham, then obviously Newcastle away. I'm sure he plays in that game. Then there's a couple weak games. So I think from now on, he shouldn't play every game. Like he shouldn't start every Premier League game or every Champions League game just because people are saying, oh, all the top players, look across here, all the top players. But all the top players haven't been starting every game for 3 seasons now. Like 87 consecutive games is not 2 seasons, it's 3. He's played every single season, just consistently, just playing. I think he started 83 of 87. So 4 games coming off the bench in 2 years is ridiculous. So yeah, he needs to be rested for a bit. City, I don't see him being rested, but after that, you have to rest him for me.
No, and this is good because we have 2 opposing views here. So,
opposing.
Well, let me relax. It's coming. January, because if we're not going to play Saka, who are we playing, man? And Jesus, right? But we've got someone below us who has a different point of view on who we should be playing. Make your case, man.
You see, I agree with Chris.
But
I like that player too much, man.
Exactly. I knew.
What are we talking about?
Pedro Neto.
Oh, Pedro. Oh, allow it, man.
That's what I'm saying. I told you it was coming.
Even if you want him, we have 3 months till we can.
That's what I'm saying. It's not sensible. It's not a sensible move.
Yeah, we have 3 months till we can even. Like, even if you do the deal today, he won't touch a pitch for us for 3 months. So for those 3 months, who's playing?
3 months? Where's 3 months coming from?
October, November, December.
I mean, 2 of those weeks was international break, and then
it's 3 months from today that he can play for.
3 months from today,
yeah, he can play for Arsenal.
But like in like general, like actual terms, like we've got quite
2.5 months. Then if you're going to take off at international,
2.5 months, then fine. But
no, that signing doesn't make any sense for me. From now,
why does it make sense?
From now, talking about the signing doesn't make sense. I think we have 3 months till we play. So that's 15 games, whatever. Someone else has to be ready to play, and Jesus for me is a better alternative, anyways. But yeah, you were going on.
It depends. Bro. I don't know about the thing we have. The problem is money. That's another problem.
Yeah,
You're
gonna have to fork out a lot of money for that deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're gonna have
to be at least 65.
That's what I'm saying. You have a go with what I think is sensible, what I think is what I want. You know, what's sensible is probably to do what Chris said. You know, find different alternatives. You know, within what we have, because we do have a lot. You know, but
he's got a deal till 2027 as well. So it's not.
Yeah, I know
you're not getting him for cheap. It's not gonna be like a Trossard 30-20 mil. It's going to be.
It's going to be 65.
It's going to be a summer signing. It's going to be Havertz. It's going to be Havertz, Pepe money. If you want,
you're gonna have
to. And because we're gonna want him to try win the title, so it's even more money. It's not like Chelsea signing him. It's when you go into that negotiation, they're gonna say, "Why do you need him so much to win the league? Like you need him to try win the league, win the Champions League, win everything." So it's gonna be, for me, ridiculous money. A 3-year deal, best player at a team. It's gonna be, I don't know what much.
It's the feasibility, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a dream. That is a dream signing, because say you do sign him, now you have Nketiah.
You need to offload someone as well.
Yeah, you have Nketiah, Jesus, Havertz that will all play striker some point in the season. Now you take away Jesus playing right wing. Jesus he can't play right wing. And then the left, and you're telling Reece Nelson he can't play right wing either. He's gonna play left wing. So that means is you have 3 strikers now: Jesus, Nketiah, Havertz. One of them has to leave. But then after that, you have to tell Jesus you're only playing 9. Reece Nelson, you're never playing right wing. For me, it's very risky.
No, but the other thing is, right, the other thing, right, the reason why Neto's even an option, for me anyway, why people even discussing it is because we don't have a run on the right side.
Exactly.
It's that simple. We don't have a run on the right side. And this is why the lack of Emil minutes is just genuinely pissing me off, because like.
But making the Neto signing is assuming that we continue the dynamics of no one overlapping. Like, because
brother, who is overlapping right now?
I'm saying we're gonna continue that. Like, if
for me,
if you bring in a Smith Rowe and you allow White to overlap again, and you don't just keep him as a centre back, really like a third centre back, a bit higher, maybe a DM, like he's playing like a right DM right now. He's not overlapping. If you allow Smith Rowe to play right centre mid and overlap, I think the right side will look a lot better.
But the thing is he actually going to play Smith Rowe? That's the thing. Is he actually going to play him?
He will eventually.
There's 3 months. No,
it's just like
there's so much football before.
There's so much football, but like the thing is, right? We see his performances against Long. We saw his performance against Brentford. This guy can clearly provide an impact for 30, 40, 50 minutes. Like he can definitely provide the running power and the ability to run through a block that we need.
No, it is. I don't agree with it, but I think it's because of the endurance. I don't think he.
Of course, it's deep, but this is the thing.
Endurance, and I think that's the problem here.
That's what I said. That's what I'm saying. If you're not match fit, how are you going to get match fit? You need minutes.
He's trying to ease him in the other ones.
I think also like
we saw a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
he's trying to ease him in.
At a minimum, we have 18 games till January the 1st. If you understand that, at a minimum, if we go through Carabao Cup rounds, that's 21 games. In them 21, that's a lot of football. 21 football matches. I think Smith Rowe will show enough, will get enough to play in the he will start in Premier League games.
Because the thing
and
is,
I think the dynamic on the right will look a lot different. And
100%. You know, look, if Emil plays, none of this matters, because Neto provides you a runner in the final third, which we don't have. That's the whole reason why people want him right now. We don't have a.
Also, why would Arteta? Arteta, a man who's refused who dropped Saka for 4 games in 2 seasons. He's not started 4 games in 2 seasons. You think he wants to sign another top right wing? I don't see it.
I do. I genuinely do.
I don't see it.
I think he does, man. I think we saw a couple of years ago he wanted what's his name?
Diaby.
You wanted Neto?
No. The guy at Bar. The guy.
Rafinha.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
It was pretty obvious.
last year we wanted him, but we didn't get anyone else.
No, but my thing is, and this is very clear. I just think that I agree with Chris completely. I agree with what he's saying about the dynamics on the right hand side, which is why if you go back early in the stream, I kept being hounding on about the whole Havertz on the right high, because he will run. He won't just stay there, be static.
Should I say what I think we might have to do next year?
Yeah.
We might have to look at a lot of these guys and see if they're actually good enough.
Yeah.
To take
There's
us
too many
to
ball,
a title.
there's too many ball to feet wingers. I'm sorry.
Because
like,
if you look at it, if you look at the players that we have right now that we're relying on, yeah, Reece, Eddie, Emil, these guys are guys from the academy, yeah. They're not rated names. Do you know what I'm trying to say here?
No,
Trossard,
no,
he's another like he's a great player, Trossard, yeah, but he has limitations, as we know, as we saw the other day, yeah. Are these guys elite level? Because it's
you're
not
not
good
going to
enough
have
anymore
18 elite players, man.
It's not good. It's not good enough anymore just to be good. You know.
Yeah, this is the thing.
You have to be at the very top. So we're gonna think, yeah, is this not good enough? You know, that's what I'm thinking about Neto. Because in my opinion, yeah, I know George doesn't rate him as much as I do, but I think he's a top player, man. He can run on the transition. He can play both wings. He can beat man. He can score goals, and he's got a decent cross on him as well. I think he can play on both wings. He can play on left and right.
Yeah,
you know? He can.
That's why I'm thinking.
The one thing is
we might have to make some very tough decisions. You know, like,
yeah, 100%.
You know, but he has to show me something this year. If he doesn't show me something, he's gone.
Also, for me,
there's so many players on this team, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You got your non-negotiables. You have your Saliba, Saka,
Gabriel,
Rice,
Martinelli, probably.
Gabriel. These are your non-negotiables. The rest, yeah, we're trying to win everything now, aren't we? They have to be like of that. It's not good enough just being top four.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but for me, again, like Neto is a very good player. For me, he can't. Again, the dynamics have to change for me to be happy to spend 70 mil. Because if you're gonna do Neto touchline alone, like Saka has played 2v1, 3v1 touchline for however many games, he's not gonna produce the same way he has versus for Wolves. He's always had an overlap. He's always had players to play in and around him. He's got a very good final ball. He's got good ball striking. He's a dynamic winger. He's good 1v1, whatever. 1v1. Saka doesn't play 1v1.
No. Saka plays 3v1.
Yeah, so if you don't have Ben White overlapping or Smith Rowe overlapping or Havertz making runs to drag players away, and it's still Ødegaard in 18, 20 games, then that money doesn't make sense for me.
No, the other thing is, right, and this is another thing. This is the other route. If you don't want Neto, the other route for me is I feel our game is too like clogged in the middle. Like we have problems accessing the middle third, and then we have too many players in between the penalty box, outside the penalty box. So we've got like Tomiyasu, Rice, Ødegaard, Zinchenko. They're all outside the penalty box, but they're just sort of passing it around. There's no width. So my other solution is get a proper right back. Get like an overlapping right back. Get someone that will run up and down and do that like a Frimpong, for example. Like someone like that, where you actually have someone holding that width, being able to provide Saka the overlap that he needs. If you don't want to do the whole, you don't want to do the whole right overlap from right centre mid, or have another right wing that will hold the width. Have someone out there that will actually, fucking do the work, that will go up and down and run that channel.
Yeah, I was hinting at that yesterday. Not yesterday, but at 2-3 a.m. I was just posting stuff like, there's a reason why Pep couldn't win with Cancelo.
Yeah,
stuff like that. In Europe,
I saw that.
You're
with
gonna
your
need
stupid Jimmy picture, man. I was just like,
oh shit, I forgot to change that. Anyways, yeah, but in Europe, Pep moved away from Cancelo for a reason. You're gonna need a Kyle Walker. You're gonna need a 1v1 demon, but also you're gonna need a overlap, a consistent overlap, one side at least that has a threat. Like a lot of times,
Davies.
Kyle Walker is their right
Kyle
wing.
Walker, yeah.
Yeah, if you look at the teams that won the Champions League recently, Reece James, Chilwell, Davies, Kyle Walker, who else played for Liverpool? Robertson, Trent.
Yeah, Trent, yeah.
Like, you have these dynamic bombing down the wing fullbacks. Like, I don't remember a team where that didn't have that won the Champions League. You either have that or you've got absolute killers up top, like a Cristiano Ronaldo and Gareth
No,
Bale.
but even then, he had Marcelo bombing it. Like,
Yeah,
he wasn't.
I think that in our team, as I said, were the second most underperforming team in XG in the Premier League. First is Everton. We've so far made that up by having the most set pieces and the most penalty goals.
Man, I don't want to hear anything on Jova's name, man.
4 set pieces and 5.
Yeah, we look more dangerous than we did last year.
We scored the most from set pieces in the league, tied with Man City on 4. We scored the most pens, 5, and then we're nowhere near the top 4 scorer in open play, but we've generated a lot. 8.5 XG, scored 4 goals. So we need to be a lot better from open play. So you need a killer up top, really. Like, if you're gonna waste chances like that, you're gonna need a killer, or you get an overlapping fullback where you just create so many chances like last season that it's minimal. Like the difference is minimal. Like last season, we took City all the way to the end, and they had the most prominent striker in Europe. We didn't have that, but we still generated chances to where we scored 88 league goals or something last season. We scored a lot of league goals.
Yeah, we scored. I think it was 88. Yeah.
Yeah, so we scored 88 league goals without that killer up top. But then again, now we've taken that away. We've taken the chances. We're generating chances, obviously, but the quality, like, we're not getting cutbacks in the penalty spot anymore. But we've made that up. So in 9 games, I think, also we've made that up in set pieces. But how long will that continue?
The thing is, we've also not got our best finisher at the club on the pitch. That's a big thing. Without Martinelli on the pitch, like,
even when he's on the pitch, he's not in the box.
This is the other thing.
Aren't falling to Martinelli. They're falling to Ødegaard, and even Declan Rice early in the season was having like 3 shots a game.
Zinchenko he wasn't getting in the box because there was too many runners on the left, and they were both crashing.
Zinchenko is having 1-2 shots a game. Saka's taking long shots now, so it's the shots where we're taking them from, despite the numbers being a bit similar, are a lot further.
I'm gonna say it again, right? There's how many, like, these Ødegaard chances on the edge of the box? I'm telling you, we score more of those with Martinelli on the edge of the box. That's not even a question for me. Like we're wasting our best. I know he's injured right now, but we've wasted a lot of chances not getting our best finisher in the box scoring goals. Like, it's that simple. And in terms of, like, defensively with the whole Frimpong thing, I know he's not as defensively astute as, like, other signings would be. But my thing is, right, is that defensively we aren't a team that you can get at easily. Like our off the ball structure isn't a joke. And if there was someone that was to come in, I mentioned Frimpong as an example, not as like we need to sign him, but that kind of profile, someone that will get up the pitch and actually create some fluidity, get some dynamism in that right hand side in that first lane. Like, genuinely, that's what we need right now, because there's nothing there. It's dying. The ball is dying. We're playing the ball left to right, and then it dies, and then we're recycling, and then we're waiting for something to happen. I don't know.
Right now we're dominating games, in the sense we're dominating territory. Like, first 2/3, we're having like 60-70% of the touches on the whole pitch. Like, every game, pretty much. When it gets to the final third, we don't dominate territory. We don't generate enough chances. We keep playing around the box instead of in and around the box. The chances were scoring for me in spite of the attacking dynamics, rather than the attacking dynamics helping it. So we need to solve that going forward. But yeah, for the 20 games, we can't. It's not about signings. So for the 20 games that we have, until we can make a signing, considering I don't think we even make like an.
I don't think we make a right wing signing. I'll be honest with you. Like, as much as I wouldn't mind it. Like, I don't think we make it,
because we need to sell. That's
like, to advocate another Havertz type money signing, maybe more. You have to.
We're gonna have to sell. I don't think we're gonna be able to do that.
I think
We don't have space.
Yeah.
Where's the space?
You're also gonna have to sign a player that's not cup tied. You're gonna have to, if you're gonna sign a backup to Saka,
That's true as well.
Pedro Neto can't play in League Cup or the FA Cup. He's not gonna play in Champions League, but he can't play in the FA Cup. But by the time we sign him, because say you sign Pedro Neto, and he's played FA Cup and League Cup, what's the point? Like he's not gonna play.
FA Cup?
No. I'm saying when you sign him in Jan, what if he's played?
Okay.
Yeah, you can't sign him but playing FA Cup and League Cup already and being useless to you because then what do you do then at that point? So yeah, for me, right now there's things we can do in the team like flipping Odegaard, like our best attacking games, like Bournemouth 4 goals. Odegaard was a lot more on the left, playing balls in behind. He released the ball a lot quicker. He had a lot less shots. Until the pen, he didn't have a shot.
No.
So Odegaard had a lot less shots and he was a more facilitator.
I don't think we had that many. I don't think we had that many attacks against Bournemouth. You know that?
I just think I just personally think we created enough chaos in the box where, like the first goal, we hit the bar, rebound, 2 pens, and then the fourth goal was a killer, man. Smith Rowe was just having. I think he had 2 shots on target.
Yeah.
He had one.
And he played 9 minutes. Like that's not normal. But yeah, I think
he's not normal, man. I'm telling you right now. Like genuinely, like I know we prop Smith Rowe a lot on the channel, but genuinely, he fixes a lot of the issues, especially if he plays right center mid. You put Odegaard.
I think what it is, I think individually, I think he's better on the left. I think for him, I think for himself,
Who?
Smith Rowe. I think for himself, he sees the pitch better. He can come more inside. Combine. He loves that shot. You know when he
opens up his body and just
when he opens up his body. That's what I'm trying to explain. Yeah, he loves that shot. But on the right, it's better for the team because he can overlap on the lap, etc. As you guys have been talking about for months now.
Yeah.
So like, I don't really need to
say. On the right, he has the players like Saka, even Jesus when he drops there, just the 1-2s and the overlap.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like the ability to be dynamic in the final third, the ability to make runs, the ability to actually carry the ball. You know, we see too much one-touch passing, standing at the ball, looking one way, looking at the other, then passing out wide, passing it back.
Also, the thing with Odegaard, moving Odegaard to the left, you have to tell Zinchenko to relinquish a bit of control.
Zinchenko can't play if Odegaard moves left. Let's be real.
I know, but I'm saying like you're gonna have to tell him to relinquish a bit of. If they do play, I'm almost 100% sure that even if he moves Odegaard to the left, we will see Trossard, Odegaard, Zinchenko. Like we're gonna see that.
No, that would be disgusting, man.
But you know, we will see it. You know it. There'll be a game where we see it. So I think,
like you both know what I think. If we're playing Odegaard left centre mid, it's gonna have to be Kivior, and it's gonna have to be I don't know, Martinelli. I think Martinelli, Odegaard, and
Reece, or Martinelli or Reece. You have to have running power in behind.
But I think this is the thing. About Reece, the thing about Reece, he likes to. He's got the running power
as well.
But he's another one who likes to get the ball to feet more than
running behind.
He likes the combination. He wants the 1-2 like to touch, feint, pass inside, then run.
But the thing is, what he will do is he's very.
He's more direct. He's faster.
No. But what he'll do is he'll carry you to the byline. Like he's very good at. Yeah. He's good at getting. You know, you remember the Ben White Leeds goal. Like he's good at making the.
Leeds.
No, he's talking about Bournemouth.
No. I'm not talking about Bournemouth.
Yes, you are. Bournemouth is when he had a goal and an assist.
Yeah, but he also had Ben White's first goal. Ben White's first goal for the club against Leeds, where he basically picked up at the back.
That was Martinelli, man.
Yeah,
was it Odegaard?
No, you're talking about Ben White and Reece, but it's just very similar. Reece ran to the bar.
Was it Odegaard or but that goal basically?
I know what you're talking about, though. I know what you're talking about.
The Bournemouth goal is a perfect example as well. Because I was just remembering the clips I made from the comp. That's why I was thinking in my head the Ben White comp I made. I was thinking of the assist that back then, but so. Having the ability, and that's a perfect example. Odegaard running to the byline on the left and crossing in for White, and he does well. He gets his foot around it. So I just think that having the ability, like we've seen Odegaard have assists from the Martinelli assist for against Brighton, that Ben White assist I just mentioned. Like he's got this ability to see the ball differently from the left, and I think
I just for me, when you have players like Ødegaard, not just Ødegaard, but players like Leroy Sané in the past, you've seen on the right, they just see so much of the pitch that they just take so many touches and they idle, and he takes so long to release. So for me, put him on the left, take away his time. They will see less of the pitch. You'll release that pass into Martinelli a lot more quicker, and you pair a runner with a passer.
Yes.
And Saka wants to combine.
Finally,
put someone to combine.
I think what it is, yeah, he doesn't want to get rid of Ødegaard from the right side. First of all, it's because he's very comfortable there. He obviously comes inside more. It's better for his angles, right? And he thinks that relationship there is become automatic, basically.
But it's not even that good. Genuinely.
No, but the production hasn't gone. The production hasn't gone down. That's the issue. The production of the team. I'm saying the production from them two hasn't gone down.
Yeah, the production is electric. But the thing is, like we were saying earlier in the stream, man. Like Saka's consistently waiting for he waits with the ball, like waiting for the overlap.
I think like for me on the Ødegaard and Saka situation, I agree with Aram. I think the whole team is getting hurt by them two being together.
Facts.
But Saka's still scoring and assisting, and Ødegaard is still scoring goals. That's the issue. Until the production goes down, Arteta won't.
It's the same thing with Arteta. Like he won't acknowledge problems.
Well, we have to lose 2 games in a row.
You have to see a drop in output.
Them two have to be awful. Like this streak of Saka.
We have to lose games.
No.
But you're saying
we have to lose with Saka not scoring or assisting.
Yes, that's the thing.
But he assisted yesterday. So
he is stat padding. You know that
7 straight.
No, but the thing is, right, and this is what I was saying to a City fan yesterday. They were saying, "Oh, it's a Busquets to Messi assist." I was like, "Brother, like genuinely, like if you're going to talk to me about Saka,
Busquets, that's not Busquets to Messi assist."
Yeah, that's what.
You just didn't have to go around no one. You just shifted it to the right.
That's what I was saying. But like, my point is that his point was that someone's going to put up a GA comp and it's going to look stinky. But like the thing is, when you think about what the level of discourse and the amount of play that people actually watch, like genuinely, I'm not going to sit here and say I've watched like every minute of Doku. Like I'm not gonna sit there.
But Saka deserves these numbers, man.
This is the thing. Like Saka, the amount he has to carry on his shoulders on that right hand side, it's ridiculous. So I don't want to hear shit from anyone if he gets like a.
I'm saying he deserves these stat padded numbers because before.
Like the Bournemouth goal, like he deserved that goal.
Yeah, the amount of dribbles, 1-2 man.
I remember that Everton 2-1. Everton 2-1 back post for.
Oh man, I remember that. It was Eddie, wasn't it? Hit the post.
Yeah. Eddie hit the post.
It was. Do you remember? It was that game. It was like wasn't it Aubameyang's last touch for us?
Yeah.
Like.
Gabriel dummy. Gabriel puts it wide. But that's what we. But we were still generating the chances, but like we couldn't get past it. We didn't do enough in other positions. Like we didn't score the set pieces or get the pens.
No.
Where a striker doing what Aubameyang did didn't matter as much. Now, like we're getting to the point where like obviously Saka's only blanked in one game. That was Palace. If he gets the pen, he doesn't blank. He probably scores that pen as well. So that would be 9 straight with a goal assist. But yeah, he's getting freakish numbers despite everybody saying he's playing worse.
I do think he is playing a bit worse though.
I agree.
He is playing a bit worse. But the thing is, right, what I'm not hearing is that I'm not hearing this. I'm not hearing he's never done it in the Champions League. He's done it in the Champions League now. You can shut the fuck up. Like I'm not hearing he's not it was boring as shit. Like I was just like, what the, okay. But yeah, like genuinely, all the narratives have shut up. And someone else, there was that ick tweet going around, the ESPN one, and I was like, well, the narratives are the ick. Like genuinely, like I can't deal with this. Like people going, Farmers League, brother, they pumped us, and then PSG, the team that everyone thought was the Farmers, got punked. So. Like what do you want me to say? Like it's genuinely the most boring conversation.
Listen, man, I just on Sunday, until Sunday, I want horses pressing them.
Yeah.
And I want them to keep composure. That is their training for Sunday. Because
That's a
recently,
clip, man.
nah, I want them. That is what I want on Sunday because the technical level of the team recently has not been good enough, man.
Yeah.
We can't keep even yesterday, second half, a good 10-15 minutes, we could barely string two passes together.
No.
Spurs was one of the worst I think I've seen under Arteta. Like
Spurs second half was
ridiculous. I think there was a sequence for like
genuinely, I'd rather watch
couldn't
Man
pass.
City 5-0 like the first half of that, but instead of that Spurs game second half. Like genuinely,
if we do that again on Sunday, that's what I mean. We are not winning. We are not drawing if we don't keep the ball good. Well, we have to. If it goes to the centre forward, I want him to make it stick. I want him to make it stick so we can actually like build from there. I don't like saying I'm not Inter man, as you guys know. What do Inter do? Pep said it himself.
Yeah.
When the ball goes to their centre forwards, they keep it, and from there they build.
Yeah, Dzeko and Lukaku.
And even he's dead physically.
I know. It's paining you, man. It's hurting you. I can see
Lautaro. Listen, I'm not a big fan of him. But one thing he does, he makes it stick, man.
Yeah.
I think Eddie's going to start on Sunday. Yeah, but I've got a sick feeling he's going to start. But
just
I'm
run
a big fan of him. I'm a big fan of him. I'm a big fan of Eddie. Yeah, but
he is.
He's going to start. Recently, it's 50-50 with Eddie. 50% of the time, he'll control it, he'll turn, and he'll create something, like we saw against Bournemouth, 50% of the other times, he will lose out, man.
I personally think
the build-up is trash.
With Eddie, for me, I'd bring him on 45, 50. The best performance he's had this season was Fulham when he came on at halftime.
Yeah, that was the best one.
He was present.
Just run back Community Shield.
He was present physically for the whole second half. Like he hasn't been present physically for 90 minutes at all this season. Palace was very good actually, but for 90 minutes he hasn't. Well, he didn't have to do it for 90 minutes just Palace, but for 90 minutes he hasn't been involved or present or creating chances or even getting shots on target all season. So for me, he doesn't deserve to start. But Arteta wants to prove the training. You train while you play. So Eddie is literally the poster boy for that in our team, which is for me why he starts all the time. But yeah, for me, I'd go Kai 9, like just replicate the Community Shield because you generate some clear-cut chances that we all thought this should be a goal.
Who do you guys play on the left?
It depends. Kai 9, I'd play.
Personally, I don't see anyone else apart from. I think personally, I think it's going to be Trossard.
Hopefully, no. I think even.
Not, but I'm just.
I would play Reece. I would play Reece.
As well.
I don't see.
It's not going to happen, man.
I don't see us not. I don't see us going to Man City and going. Well, not going to them, but playing Man City and Jesus not starting. I don't rarely see him play against a player's team and not play them.
I think he's playing on the left, man.
Jesus.
I think Jesus can play on the left.
But who's up top there? Eddie?
Kai.
Yeah.
You think so? What do you think the lineup will be?
Me or him?
I think we'll play this.
I
hope and I think that the Community Shield midfield 3 plays.
Yeah.
I think Zinchenko will be back. I think Ben White will play. Ben White will be back. Zinchenko will play. The rock at the back. The 2 rocks at the back.
Saka.
And then
Saka's fit.
I think he'll play. I just got a feeling in it.
And then Jesus or
I think he'll be Eddie 9, and I think Jesus on the left.
So Kai bench.
I think he'll be benched here.
Damn.
Because I think he's proven he can bench him.
Yeah.
He's proven he can, and he was terrible yesterday.
Terrible, but I think Trossard was played versus to give him like a warm up. Sadly, I think he plays versus Man City, probably trusting that the touch will be back. and just having the clinical ball striking in the front line.
I don't think we can stretch them down their left side, down their right side. They're gonna play Carl Walker, right? So,
Yeah, so for me, that's why for me you have to have a 1v1 threat that will test him. Like let Reece drive at him 1v1. Like even if he doesn't have success, it will be something to think of. Like he can't go up the pitch.
I think if we maybe play around, could we?
I think for 90 minutes, he can't drive up the pitch for 90 minutes like he does, like he did versus.
Do we think where do we think this game's going to be played? Is it going to be played in their half or our half?
Both. There's no way.
Should I tell you what's going to happen?
I
think it's going to be where it's going to be in their half, yeah, but they're going to try and pass it. They're going to pass it around like bears. They're going to pass it around and try and cut through us. We won't fall for the bait yet, and it's going to be extremely boring. Where they try really hard, they're going to pass it around the back, yeah. They can do these wall passes, etc. And we're not going to let them play through, yeah.
But that's every big game so far this season.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. And then we're not going to fall for the bait, yeah. And then the first goal wins the game. I mean, the first goal. Do you think
it will be a 1-0, or as in the first goal, the other team won't be able to come back?
I think if they score, we won't come back.
And if we score?
I think I have a feeling we'll win.
Okay.
If we score first. But
I think for me, like it will be the same as the Community Shield, same as Tottenham, same as United. That first half is literally us telling them break us down. The press shape in all three games was a bit different. Like versus then the Community Shield, Rice was in the front three, was man marking Rodri, and then
there's no Rodri, there's no De Bruyne.
I'm just saying he was man marking Rodri, and then Gundogan was asked to do a lot more. Then eventually Ortega became a centre back, just like Onana became a centre back.
Was Gundogan still there?
Not Gundogan, sorry.
I think he's talking about
Kovacic. I'm talking about Kovacic. Yeah. Kovacic was asked to be a lot more involved. He couldn't do it. And then versus Tottenham, Bissouma. We allowed him to receive, then we really pounced. Whoever he passed to, we pounced on him because we just didn't trust that pass to be good enough. And yeah, we cooked Romero for that, and then we dominated that way off the ball. Like we just camping it off, and then second half, then we want to play on the ball and whatever. But I think versus City, we're gonna try that. If they get that ball over the top one time to Doku 1v1, then we see a problem. Because I think versus Tottenham and versus United, they didn't have the dynamism centrally. Like Rodri out is a big thing for me. Obviously, everyone else will be back apart from Rodri and De Bruyne. Like Stones will play. All these guys are going to play. Like they're all going to be fit. Whoever hasn't, Bernardo will play. He hasn't had a good game against us in a long time. So since that 5-0, really, he hasn't had a good game.
On the right, I'm happy, honestly.
Yeah, right wing.
No, but will Phillips play though? Well, they won't play Phillips.
They won't play.
They'll play Kovacic, Bernardo, and Odin.
Phillips not playing. Pep does not rate him.
No, it'll be Kovacic. Maybe
I don't see Foden scoring tonight. Means Bernardo is not starting.
Bernardo always starts, man.
Yeah.
No, but last time we played them, but he played left back at the Emirates.
Yeah.
I think he had 5 fouls, a yellow card. If he does that again,
they put him on right wing.
Right wing in the Community Shield.
I think they put him right wing in the second half.
What was it? Because it was Rodri today, so they can't. When they play against Wolves,
they played
Phillips, yeah, wasn't it Phillips?
He had a mare, bro. He had a
mare. So this is the thing. I think this is right. I think he'll go Nunez Kova. I think he'll go Nunez Kova.
It was that against Wolves. Nunez.
I thought it was Phillips because I think he was at full.
No, Phillips got brought on for Kovacic in the 65th minute.
Oh.
Nunez came off for Oscar Bob halftime.
Something like that. Yeah.
Nunez came off for Oscar Bob and Phillips came on for Kovacic. But then obviously today they had Rodri, so it was very different.
But they can't have Rodri at the weekend.
Yeah, Rodri won't play. He can't play.
We can't do anything stupid, man. If they score first, I just know what's going to happen, man.
But
We're going to start
any
jumping too much.
yeah,
We're going to start jumping too much. You guys hear me?
I think any big game, the first goal was just too important. And I think with Rice and Partey, I trust us to not have the same nonsense in the second half where we just can't keep the ball, can't make it stick. But also, if we score in the first half, I also think Arteta may get a bit too comfy and do the mid block. Please, hopefully, he doesn't do the mid block and invites pressure at home, because our crowd is too entitled. It's not the same crowd that we beat City 2-1. It's not the same crowd that will be happy chanting for 90 minutes if we're not dominating the ball. So if you're going to invite pressure and these entitled fans, don't make that noise, and then you make a mistake, I think it'll be so hard to win them back.
Yeah.
Like, if you go 1-0 up, we can't sit back. We have to continue staying high up in the pitch.
And this is the thing. This is
try
the thing.
press
Once we go 1-0 up, like mentally, if we go 1-0 up, we just sit back. It's not even like I've seen Arteta literally on the sideline, literally trying to push people up.
It's his fault.
It's his fault completely. But like we just don't have this mentality of like, okay, 1, right, 2, 3, 4. It's 1 and then chill.
But we haven't seen it with them two though. We haven't seen it with Rice and Partey.
Yeah.
That's kind of uncharted territory, isn't it?
Yeah.
We actually haven't really seen them at all.
Yeah, we haven't seen what happens when
Forest
score first.
Thingy right back.
But
we haven't seen them together. What happens when we score first with them two? Like, we don't know.
I think they'll find it hard to break us down.
Yeah, me too.
I think they'll find it hard to break us down.
I swear, if this guy in his head even thinks about Partey right back,
I just think that was very different.
No, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it.
I'm not going to put it past him. I'm honestly not going to put it past him.
It can't be
who the threat is for them on our right.
Yeah. So they get 1v1 defender.
If he does that, he kills Saka, really. He kills Saka.
But to be honest, he did that.
A Saka that's not fit, though, it's different. It's not Saka versus Ole Einar fit Saka at the start of the season. Saka's not fit. Like, no matter what we do, he's not going to be 90% fit Saka like he was at the start of the season. He's going to be a 75, 80% fit, maybe less than that. So you have to give him as much support as possible. And Ben has struggled with these dynamic 1v1 threats, like the Rashfords of the world. Doku will probably.
A lot worse this season. I think he's got a lot worse this season.
Who, White?
Yeah. His 1v1 defending.
I think 1v1 he's not been good at all this season. But then again, will he try Tomiyasu? Maybe like Tomiyasu Trossard could just be, let me give them a warm up till City. Like, let me test them how Tomiyasu does, and then how Trossard does, and then we play them versus City. But yeah,
I don't think Tomiyasu will play though. I don't think he played well enough to start right.
And it's not just that. White got his rest. Like, White played like 20 minutes, so it's not like White will be. I think he'll be chomping at it, man.
It's so interesting. Like, there's just so many different things different lineup. Like, does Bernardo come back?
I think he 100% comes back, man.
With Foden scoring today, does he play?
I think he might play. He might do a thing, yeah.
What's Foden's record against us?
Foden. I remember him scoring.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think he's been that, like, it's not like he's against United. Like, United, he bags. Like, for us, I don't think.
You know what he could do? Wait, did Doku score today?
Yeah, transition.
Doku and Foden scored today.
Did Doku start?
No.
Then Doku's going to start on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I think Foden's going to get dropped.
Foden has scored against us. He scored against us
5-0?
3-0 at the Etihad. Well, they beat us 3-0 both times, but he scored against
that's the post-lock. That's the first game after. That's the David Luiz game.
Yeah. June 2020.
No. Oh, God.
In the 4-1, he got that assist for Haaland when his hair was down.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Man, you mentioned David Luiz and Haaland hair down in one. that is like head loss central for me. That's just like the devil.
Yeah,
He played well though when he came on Community Shield against us.
yeah, he did.
Yeah,
That
he got
day
the assist
had
for
no
Palmer, didn't
dynamic.
he?
Yeah, he should have scored, but
Remember,
man,
he spun high.
he should have scored, but Ramsdale saved it.
That's my keeper, man.
But I think, yeah, there's just too much. I think there's too much up in the air for me to make us. I know what I think will happen that game, regardless of the lineups. But I wouldn't say my scoreline yet. But I said it to you guys earlier. I just think we win that game. Regardless of what happens, I think we win.
Like my head says we win that game.
Then we
My
draw
heart
versus Sheffield United.
I'll be honest. You know what it is? I just have a feeling. Yeah, it's the same pattern we've seen against these teams, man. We don't fall for the bait. Yeah, we sit off. We're extremely hard to play through. We win the ball. Yeah,
It's cool.
and we play pinball with it, man. We don't capitalize. You know what I'm saying? Like
we
Brighton game, Spurs game, even the United game. Yeah, we don't capitalize. So that's what I have a sick feeling that's gonna happen.
You know what it is? We create
they're gonna
classics.
score. Yeah, so let me just finish. Yeah, I think they're gonna score, and then if we do something stupid, they're gonna score, and then we're gonna start like getting desperate and not falling for the bait anymore. We're gonna start jumping, and they're gonna play it around us easily, and then we're gonna lose all technical composure. But like Chris was saying before, this is a different midfield. Hopefully that plays on Sunday, and hopefully we don't do that. Don't lose all our technical level where we can't string two passes together. That's what I hope doesn't happen. If that doesn't happen, we can win. Hopefully.
I think that game. I'm happy the Arsenal fans are a bit scared going into the game.
Genuinely, when we're more scared, we didn't. The somehow the players pick up, and I don't know how, but like when everyone's terrified, it kind of just spurs them on a bit. I don't know what it is.
You can hear them, and you have to get them to grow into the game. And we're not going to be again like the fan base is not the same fan base that when we played them 2-1, when we lost 2-1. Actually, I think it should be a similar game. But yeah, they're just right now with the injuries on both. Like we don't know who's going to play. Like we don't know if Bernardo is going to start. So on both sides, we don't know.
Honestly, we don't even know if Partey will start. Let's be real.
Yeah,
he should start.
Yeah, or
he
Saka.
should start. Like he should start. Partey is back. Like he's
and
training.
Martinelli, we don't know either.
Yeah, Martinelli as well. So
I think he'll make.
If we have two of those three, Saka, Martinelli, Partey, we have two of those three, we're winning that game. No? Yes? No?
Hopefully, man. I'm hoping.
Like, you know, I don't. Even if we don't have any of them, we win that game. To me, in this mind, anyway. But I'm probably the most optimistic.
That is the heart, brother. That is not my mind.
Oh god, I'm probably the most optimistic Arsenal fan there. So
no, but the thing is right. The thing is right. I don't mind having optimism, but if you're an idiot about it, like I've seen people spout the most crazy nonsense. Like today on the timeline, I've seen some of the craziest takes. The people have gone private because they've been roasted that hard. That's how bad the takes are. So, like, as long as you have some logic behind the optimism, then I'm fine. But like, it's just
even like yesterday was the first loss of the season, and for me, if you look at the timeline, it's probably the fourth. Like if you didn't watch any games and you just looked at the reaction after games, that's probably our fourth loss of the season. Like, people have reacted to the draws, obviously, and then United. After United, if you take away the Jesus, people acted like it was a loss. Like people did not think we deserved to win that game. But yeah, again,
which one?
Man United 3-1. I think at 1-1.
Oh yeah, 2-2.
At 1-1. When Højlund scored, sorry, like the 80th something minute, even after we won the game, people were still reacting like it was a loss. So for me,
expectations, isn't it?
Before we do go, because we are going to go soon. Before we do go, you're not getting a replay. There's no replays. We're not doing this. Okay, we ain't doing this. Okay, what is the logic here? What are we doing? That's not happening. First of all, second of all, this whole because you just remind me about the United game. The United fans starting to pipe up about the Højlund goal, and saying that should be replayed. Brother, that was the right call. It was the lines were drawn. It's not like the lines weren't drawn or there was a miscommunication. The lines were drawn. So relax. you got your
He's in
L.
some different water over there, man.
I don't know how. Like genuinely, like there were people literally like, where's our replay? Where's our replay? I want to go back to the Emirates.
I've never seen a Premier League game replayed because of a bad ref decision.
Brother, give us Brentford back. And and the thing is, United fans saying, "Oh, give us the," Liverpool fans saying, "Give us the Emirates game back. We want to replay that game." Fine, we'll replay
that. Why?
Because they think because the Saka goal against Liverpool wasn't the camera angle wasn't available or something, that they should have had. They should have another replay. We're saying
I thought you complain about the Gabriel handball.
It came off his shirt. I don't know how you're complaining about. It came off his shirt. Like it's not like
I think all those ref decisions is going to be bad and good.
I'm saying, like you can do this for the end. You can do this to the end of time.
I don't remember which game it was, but I think it was Brighton where Martinelli scored, but there was no definitive offside.
Yeah. Brighton home in the top 4 chase.
Yeah, like with all the goalkeepers and players like that in the way
that
we
was
didn't
a
get
joke, man. They took like 10 minutes to make that decision, and they gave.
I'm saying, man. Look,
they gave the wrong decision.
Hopefully, Barca get done. We get it.
Replay them for 6 times.
Hopefully, Barca get done, and we can just get that anyway.
We can go back in history and just complain about so many different games.
That's what I'm saying, like you set a precedent here that you can't undo. So no.
But this Liverpool thing, I think the fact they even showed us the VAR, like it's the first time they've showed us a VAR they got wrong. When they were just talking, it just sounded like they weren't listening to the guy that was telling them this is wrong.
No, it was all panic.
It
was all panic.
It was a bit less corrupt.
Great process, guys. Like what the? Like come on.
It seemed a bit less like corrupt than other.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. You know that Liverpool call, yeah. I know most people are saying the corruption angle is gone, yeah. It's most likely it's gone, most likely. But I don't think you can fully get rid of it, in my opinion.
No.
I'm not good. I think
the VAR guy, yeah, literally, he didn't say, "Oh, something's gone wrong." He was gonna let this flipping thing play out, man. The replay guy was like, "Yo, what's going on?" Like the game. That was a legit goal here, and you're carrying on playing. And then the VAR is like, the assistant guy he crumbled, man. That guy was sorry for him. He didn't know what to say. Like,
he started swearing and everything.
But the thing is, right? Like genuinely, you should have all like the NFL does, like have all VAR decisions broadcast in the stadium, and that way it gives you time as well. I
don't think you can put it on the screen and not have the reaction influence the ref whilst he's making the decision.
I think you could do it. But
no.
Yeah, on TV in the ground.
I'm saying have the audio. Forget that anything else, but the audio on the systems, the stadium in the ground. Yeah.
No, you can't. You
know how British crowds are like, man. They're gonna
can't put anything.
I'm not saying like the process. Like they have the legit. They just announce it on in NFL. Like they announce holding. Like they'll say okay, penalty against this guy, holding 5 yards.
You're saying that
not the process, the actual result, the result of the VAR decision, not the process. You have the process on.
No, like the women's. Did you guys watch the Women's World Cup?
Yes.
Like whenever there was a red card.
Oh, so you're saying tape the mics as well?
Yeah. All I'm saying is
when they come back from the VAR, she goes, "This decision changed. Red card to number 21."
Yeah. I'm not saying do the whole process. I'm saying once it's decided, put the whole like have the announcement be like official. That way it slows the game down, so you don't have that.
No, I hear that. Yeah.
That way you don't have the same.
No,
but this is the thing. You completely erase the Liverpool goal because they have to announce it.
I'm saying we won't get anything that's worked well in the World Cup, like the semi-automated offsides. They don't want that. It's a bit more transparent. Like they can't fake it.
You can't fake AI.
Yeah, like they can't fake that. So,
no.
And then
that's when I got sus. I was like, "How? That's
everyone's
automated, man. Just do it."
It takes away the trouble. But yeah, I think they just want more decisions in their hands. And at this point, like it's been corrupt like since not since David Luiz, but that's just an example. David Luiz, we faced so much nonsense over the years that, for me, like, at this point, we have to win in spite of them being corrupt against us. Like, you can't leave the game in the refs' hands. And Liverpool just noticed that. Like, Liverpool, the Manchester clubs get so many decisions in their favour. But yeah, like, even with the pens, we probably could have had more. But the ones we have are the stonewall ones that no one can say.
I remember seeing
The ones we've had, you can't.
I remember seeing
Yeah,
there was a TikTok I saw on the timeline today saying like the net negative to the net amount of decisions. So how many went for them, how many went against them. Spurs were 6th, we were 5th, then it was City, Chelsea, and then Liverpool, Man United 1 and 2. So Liverpool have had eight more VAR decisions go for them than against them. Everyone else is like +2, +2, +1, -1, and -2.
Man, last season we had a bad man. Like the
Brentford
game
man.
last year. The Southampton game away last year. I don't know if you guys remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was
1-1.
What's his face? That defender.
There was both of them. There was two. There was the other one, the guy that
Lycano. Was it Lycano, right?
No. What was it?
Or Kaleta Carr. What was his name?
Begins with an L.
Lycano. Lianco, yeah.
That guy, he headbutted, and I think he punched one of our players, and it didn't even go to VAR, bruv.
Lianco, sorry, not Lycano, sorry.
I think Kaleta Carr.
Yeah.
So, how do you say his name? Bruv, the guy, I think, was wrestling with Jesus the whole game. Yeah. Jesus didn't get a single foul, man.
No.
We had a stonewall penalty as well, should have got given. That wasn't given either. That was bad. We had Newcastle where that free kick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, when Gabriel got dragged in the
box. That's not a pen. What is?
What is a pen? Yeah.
That was.
And in the United, Martinelli.
That one.
We got an apology for that one at least.
Apology. That makes it even worse. I don't want the apology.
That's what I'm saying. Like what the fuck went in with the apology?
But yeah,
that goal was so perfect.
If you're gonna fuck me, don't apologize afterwards.
12 minutes in, just to calm the nerves. Like I don't get nervous. Everyone knows that. But that game, I was nervous. Like I was sat close to the TV. Then 11 minutes.
I remember talking to Chris after long, and then he went to me. You fell asleep, and I was like, yeah, you're not going to want to lose your head after a game. And
United 3-1 was the last time I was bamboozled after maybe City 4. No, City 4-1. Hold on. United 3-1 was the last time I was really like gone after a game after a loss.
I mean, everyone knows what my head loss game is. It's not hard to remember. It's Newcastle, and that was pretty.
Newcastle 2-0.
2-0. Yeah, St James's Park.
I don't know why.
To be fair, that game.
It took me a week.
Man.
You thought you thought the process was done.
I thought we were done
after that game. His head was gone. Like,
I thought,
wasn't that the game where you head by the wall or something?
That was Wolves. Lacazette.
Wolves, Lacazette. We won that. Oh yeah, we won that game. And
we won that game 2-1. Yeah, headbutt the wall.
I
started
remember
bleeding.
that, man. I had COVID at that time, man. So I was locked in my room, man.
Yeah, the scar is there.
That's ridiculous. I can't headbutt nothing. But yeah, we're gonna
like if I no, I'm not gonna, I can't be asked.
But yeah, as the season progresses, as the week progresses, actually, the most important game of the season so far, Man City.
It's probably like the second most important game of the season. Let's be real.
Second.
I think if we're in a position where we need a point at Etihad away, it's going to be important. Like if we need to just keep pace with them, Etihad at home.
Honestly, man. If someone offered me a draw now, I'll take it.
Yeah,
honestly, I'd take it.
I wouldn't.
I know Chris
would.
I actually
would. Why would I take a draw when we're at home against no Rodri? I can't.
Honestly, when you put it like that, literally, if we can't win against
that
Rodri,
game should be a W. Like, I wish Saka never had this. If Saka never had this nonsense, like versus Lang, like no one can even speak to me about that draw. Like, but
that's why I'm going with it, man. Like, obviously, if we're all fully
Saka
fit,
was fit,
then I would obviously, that's a different conversation.
Like, even if Martinelli was fit, I'd back it.
No Rodri, no Rodri. should beat them. Even if we don't have Partey, no Rodri, we should beat that midfield.
100%, yeah.
So
I think they're gonna.
and no De Bruyne, so they don't have that nonsense. Every single time that guy plays us, he scores. So De Bruyne. Yeah, that guy, every game he plays us, he finds some way to bag. So he's not there either. He scored 2 last time. He scored in the Emirates game. I remember him, David Silva, Aguero, Leroy Sané just tearing us up consistently. But yeah, he's not going to be there. So I'm confident, and I'm never not confident. But yeah, we're going to speak about it again later this week. When
we've got a video. I'm gonna be releasing a video, like a short form video of something different, probably today or tomorrow, on as RM put it, Mr. 29. That's gonna be interesting to watch. So if you do see that, check it out. It will be something different on the channel. So, but yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get time to do City preview, because George. People have been asking about George. George has a lot going on right now, just like his PhD stuff, and he's very busy. So if we do get like different people on, don't be surprised. We'll try and do as much as we can, but I'm going to be putting out content for you guys consistently, so don't worry about that. Do watch out. Follow Aram on Twitter, A1Z Harry at below. Follow Chris at CKFTBL. Follow me at Current BOP. Follow the channel at BOP Footies. Chris, stop laughing. And then yeah, exactly. And yeah, look, guys, it's a disappointing loss. There's a lot of head loss going on. Just hug people you like. Don't deep it that much. It'll be all right. We'll be back this weekend to hopefully give City an L. So on that note, we'll see you soon. Yeah, in a bit.
Peace.